All right, guys, we're causing heart attacks here, and the next one is gonna tackle. I'm sure you already know about it. You've heard of it, even remotely, and I'm sure that you can see where I'm going with this. Next one, mixed in key, makes a I don't know what you would call it, like a subdivision called Captain Plugins. The Captain Plugins have something called Captain Chords. I think there's a Captain Bass and there's a Captain Melody. Personally, I think that Captain Chords and Captain Melody are the two big ones, at least for me. You may find all of their Captain tools great, but at least for me, Captain Chords and Captain Melody, which I think you might be able to see here. Yeah, Captain Chords and Captain Melody. The other ones are good, I just don't use them as much. But I'd probably just get them all to have them because the cool thing about these plugins is that they speak to each other. So, what I mean by that, and I hope you're paying attention, now it more or less, and keep that in mind, more or less, I would still learn piano and learn theory for other reasons which we'll cover, but more or less, you don't need to play an instrument, you don't need to understand piano, you don't need to play piano, you don't need to understand theory. If you have this plugin, which we can go over maybe at a later video how it works, but basically you select your key. Usually I'm in a major scale for my music. A lot of dance music is in a minor scale. You can select a progression and listen to it, and if you don't like it, you click over to the next one, you listen to it, and on and on. You just find one that you like. But the beautiful thing is, this plugin, I mean, I'm really not doing it justice. It's so intuitive as far as clicking on the different chords to hear them, understanding which chords are being shown in the MIDI track here. Like this one's the first chord, the 1 chord, which is in this key A major. This is the second chord, which in this key is B major. We have the, what is that, the 7th chord, which is a G sharp minor right there. The point is, you could pretty much understand nothing about theory or chords and make a chord progression in an instance, in an absolute instance. And there's different ways that you can alter the chords as far as octaves, complexity, how much space is in between the chords, which may not make a lot of sense to you right now, but it just gives you a different sound basically if you keep it close, keeping the notes close like a natural hand more than likely would, or if you want to stretch them out further to kind of give a broader sound. It just depends. This plugin basically replaces the need for you to ever have to look up how to draw in a chord, what chords are what, or theory behind it, because there's endless progressions in Captain Chords, and then when you're done, when you have your progression that you like here, there's a little box at the bottom. You literally click on that and you drag it into Ableton, and it works seamlessly. It literally drags and drops right into Ableton, and you drag it onto a track with Serum or Nexus or Spire or Silent or Massive or whatever one that you use, and now whatever preset you have inside of your synth, it's now playing those chords. So very quick and easy way to come up with chord progressions. Now here's the cool thing about Captain plugins. They're intuitive in that they speak to each other. So if you get Melody as well, Melody will ask you when you open it, do you want to connect it to Captain Chords? Click yes, obviously. Most of the time I would, because now Captain Melody knows exactly, because it's speaking to Captain Chords, it knows exactly what chords you chose, what key you're in, the spacing of the chords, the timing of them, and everything that you just did in Captain Chords by saying to Melody, a little pop-up box will come to your attention, and it'll say, do you want melody to talk to chords? You click yes. Now you're ready to write a melody, and you don't even have to select anything because it's talking right to Captain Chords. It knows exactly where you left off. It knows what key you're in, the spacing of your chords, and everything else. Now, here's the cool thing about melody. When you click on, where is it here? There's a little idea box. It's right here. It's this blue box right here inside of the plugin. When you click on that, this plugin, I think works with AI back home. I guess at mixedandkey.com or something. I don't understand the techie part of it, but it will automatically generate a melody that is in perfect key and time with the chords that you selected from Captain Chords. So, if you don't know how to write melodies, if you're stuck writing a melody, if you feel like you have writer's block, this plugin, because it's talking to Captain Chords, and it knows what key you're in and the timing of your chords and the rhythm of them, the syncopation and all of that, it will come up with a melody that's automatically generated, and according to them, no melody is ever generated twice. So by using their idea box that generates a melody, which is fully editable, by the way, when you get the melody generated from them, you can delete notes, you can move notes, you can shift notes, you can edit it any way you want. But according to them, it never comes up with the same melody twice, according to them. So, cool thing about that is you don't have to worry if hundreds or even thousands of other people are using Captain Melody, even if they're in the same key as you, because they will never get the same melody that you just got, and the same melody that you just passed on won't be presented to them. So it's a great way to protect uniqueness, but also get work done quickly. I understand that the beginning of this course basically has just pitched to you a bunch of third-party, non-Ableton and non-FL plugins, but understand that if you need to get done with work quickly and efficiently, denying modern technology, in my opinion, is a pretty good recipe for frustration. I'm not saying that you have to have the latest and the greatest, but right now, we are in a very exciting time for technology and music intersecting. And I look at it like, for the minimal price that you paid for this course, I have just shown you things that you may have heard of before, but haven't taken advantage of because you haven't understood the value or heard somebody like me say, I literally use this stuff and it cuts down on my production time. At some point, guys, you may not fully understand that right now. Like, you may find it fun to be in the studio all day and all night. There are days where I still feel that way as well. But after whatever it's been now, 10, I guess you could even round up, depending on where you want to say I started, 10 to 15 years, I need to get stuff done because I have other stuff going on. And if you're a true entrepreneur, and if you're truly in the business of running a music business, a brand, a DJ producer brand, then you need to get stuff done too. I want you to understand, gone are the days of you lazily waiting for creativity to strike you while sitting in your bedroom after work and tinkering. You took this course because you don't want to tinker. You want to take that next step and be professional, get music out there and done so that you can move on to other things that you're not a master of yet, but you're in the process of mastering, like marketing, building a fan base, fan engagement, going out and making money so that you can continue to fund this, and then making a track, and then knowing when to be done with it and having the tools to get done with it, and then uh, looking into PR and agents and passing your stuff around to labels and other people who might be in a position to help you, and making time to work out and eat healthy and build relationships and friends and network and get mentored by me. All of that stuff takes time, and it's not to disrespect music or being in the studio, but the world is changing very quickly, guys, and if you're not taking advantage of ways to maximize your time, uh, it's like going to an old school gym from the 1930s, when meanwhile we've got such technology with weight machines, assistance in avoiding injury, recovery drinks and supplements. Why would you not do things that are safe, cleared, passed, known to be effective, and great? I'm showing you the tools. It really is up to you to act on them. I hope you will.